Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all well. So I'm come on this morning because it would be the last opportunity I would have to, to do a little video and chat to you all. And so I thought I'd come on this morning while I've got a little bit of time and just, maybe do something quick. I think I mentioned in my last video that I'm thinking about some new projects, and in the meantime there's a bit of a gap here. Oh, I thought I'd show you this actually. So I've got this lovely, this is the results of what I made rather. Yeah, you can see it there. Quite like it. I added these little beads. It's quite pretty. It's shabby, but I like it. Along with the other ones, this one, gorgeous velvet, I love that, and then this one, where is it? Oh, it's gone missing. Where's it gone? It really has gone missing. Oh, it's hanging up, that's why. Sorry, I'm knocking the camera. Yeah, so this one here, which I love, it's probably my favourite. I just love it. Yeah, really nice. So yeah, those my little Christmas baubles that I made, and just thought I'd show you them. So what I've been thinking about what I could do just for a quick opportunity to say hello, and I thought I'd cut these out to make some tags, and I hadn't actually done it. They're Burlap Hessian, and you know how Hessian goes when you it starts to unravel. So what I thought I'd do is make them into tags, and Christmas tags, just last minute Christmas tags. So if you've got any burlap like this or anything that you might want to use to make a Christmas tag, then this might be helpful. I don't know, but again, it might not. It might just be something that you watch and enjoy, hopefully. I've got stuff all over the place here. What am I doing? Right, so what I would need to do, if I'm going to do that, I need to stitch around it. So they're quite big tags. I don't know whether to cut them down a little bit, make them smaller. No, I think I'll leave them, because sometimes it's quite nice to have a big tag. And I have got lots of little bits of fabric and things to use as well. Got some really nice wool here that I could cut up and lay on top. Anyway, what I think I'll do, actually, that would make a really nice tag in itself, wouldn't it, on that bit there. These are just samples that I've got. I love these. I've been hoarding these. Let me start with this, and I'm going to sew around it quickly. While you're here, and I hope it's not going to be a long one. I fear that it might, but I'll try not to have it too long. Sewing is always a tricky one because it takes so long for me anyway. I'm a slow, I can't even thread the needle. I'm not a fast, that needle's no good to use. Won't even go through the fabric. That one? No, the eye's too small. Okay, I was using a needle earlier and I put it here, and of course this is what here we go. I don't know if it will go through. Let's try it. Yes, it did. Sorry about that. Right, so as I said, if I stitch it, hopefully it won't come apart. Just give it a knot here, although sometimes I think knot on when you're stitching burlap is probably a pointless exercise, but I'll give it a double knot if I can. Sorry, I'm all fingers and thumbs. My hands are just, they're heating up, they're warm. And this is what happens to them. I wake up and there's sort of not much Right, I'm gonna, even though I've done a knot, I'm gonna go in twice with this. So I hope you're all doing well, and you know, have plans for this coming holiday celebration. I know there will be people who will be on their own, and you know, I understand how difficult that could be, so I'm sending you my warm thoughts, and yeah, I hope you have, you know, at least a little bit of company, or somebody you can chat to on the phone or something like that. You know, it must be very hard for people on their own. I always understand that, how that might be. So, you know, reach out. There are organisations that can support you if you are alone and you do feel lonely at this time of the year. There are organisations that you can, you know, chat to, and they might have something going on in your area, or recommend something going on in your area. Sorry, I don't know if I was out of, you know, if you don't like being alone, don't be alone. Try and find, you know, some way of connecting. Sometimes you get community centres and churches and things like that will do Christmas dinners, you know, for people who are on their own, and older people who don't, you know, it doesn't matter if it's not straight. You know, this is just a quick little tag, or hopefully a quick one, but you know what I mean. Yeah, it's just to give you an idea. Using up your burlap or your hessian, whatever you call it. So yes, my plans are, my daughter is coming with my 2 grandchildren, which is amazing, because you know, they're coming a long way, and yeah, I didn't think it would go like this year, because I moved so far away, and you know, I mean, I would have gone to them if they hadn't come here. I would have found a way to make sure that I saw them, because it would have been, you know, this is my first year that I've been without them since they were born. So I've been, because we all lived together, and you know, my heart broke when I moved, and well, it's still a little bit broken, but I get to speak to them, and you know, I do complain sometimes about technology and all of that and what it's doing to people, but actually technology keeps me and the children, you know, the grandchildren, in touch more frequently, and I can see their little faces, and it makes a huge difference, you know, than just talking on the telephone. So I'm very grateful for that. Right, so that was a quick stitch around. Now I could go around twice. I don't know if that's necessary, but it would look quite nice, I think. I won't take the thread off. I'll leave it like that for now, and then decide what I want to put on top. That's a bit pinky, I think, actually. So I've got, what have I got here? I've got some of this. This is old pyjama bottoms. And I've got this, which is very cheerful fabric. A little bit bright maybe, but it's pretty. Could do. See what I mean? I've got stuff everywhere. These little bits are just bothering me. Right, now I've got paper on the back there. I need to get rid of that. I think this. Let's use this. and I'll cut it to size so that, and then I think I might add something else, so add something on top. Just doing a bit of a messy stitch there. I'm not sure if this frays this fabric. I'll have to take some off down the side. I'll take a little bit here. Excuse me for sniffing. I have a bit of cold, nothing heavy, just a bit of a cold, like many of us do at this time of the year. Straighten that bit up. There. Is that too big? Yeah, it's still too big. Alright, I'll take some more. In fact, I might go to that line there and then there we go. Now, the other thing I could do if I want, oh my goodness, it's still, wow, well, still too wide. No, I could have taken a piece off that and it would have been nice size to use right there, because I want the stitching to show, so that's why I'm doing that. Right, now then, gluing burlap is a real pain. So I'm going to stitch it on. I'm sorry, I made my decision, can't stop me. And the reason for, well, I've said gluing it is an absolute pain. So I'm going, oh, hang on. What am I doing here? Yeah, I don't want to be doing that. Right, what I'll have to do, I'm not even sure if this is the right colour to use for this bit. Right, I'm just going to cast off. I don't know that. Is it cast off? I don't know the term. Finish off? I don't know. Is there a term? There we go. I'll just neaten that up a little bit and secure it. There we go. And I'll cut that bit off as well. Right, so then oh yes, I forgot what I was doing for a minute. I probably thought, what on earth is she doing? And I've got some threads in here. I could use a green thread. That would be quite nice, that one. Let's have a look. It would stand out. Yeah, I think I'll use that. It would stand out, wouldn't it? This is okay, that's split. And then I'll take that off. So it'll just be a cheerful little Christmas tag that you could hang it on a tree if you didn't want to add it to a parcel. I will put something on the back so you can write on it. I'm not going to tie a knot because we will be here all day and we've already been far too long. Yeah, it's just a little tag to that I can use to put on a gift. This year I was thinking about adding, I mean, I did make some tags, but I bought some that I didn't like. After I bought them I realised I didn't like them, so I altered them, and I did a video of me doing it, and then my phone had died during the video. It was plugged in but it wasn't connecting to the electricity, so it didn't work out, which I was a bit, that's not straight, is it? Pull it over a little bit, try and, I mean, you know, burlap isn't going to be straight, is it? Let's face it. So yeah, I was a bit disappointed about that, because it takes time to do these things, and when I had no idea, so I went through almost the whole of the video, so I had no idea. I mean, I'd plugged it in and all of that sort of thing, so I don't know why it didn't work, but there you go. Well, I do, it wasn't connected to the electricity. So, yeah, so what have you got planned for Christmas? Anything nice? I have to say, thank you for your lovely messages recently. I absolutely love getting your messages, your comments. So if I don't reply straight away, it's because I'm not getting notifications. I only get notifications every now and again. And I don't know why that is, because, you know, I assumed that I'd get them. I've looked to try and see why, but anyway, so I'm trying to keep an eye out. But so if I haven't replied to anything, don't take it personally. I have just not seen it, but I will eventually. I've started to go back to some of my older videos to just check nobody has written anything on them. But yeah, I really appreciate your lovely comments and reaching out, and you know, those of you who have you know, who reached out with regards to my chronic pain video. I'm really happy that you did reach out, because I know how it is, and you know, hearing somebody talk about it openly is sometimes a massive relief for people who suffer from it. So I'm so pleased that it's helped some of you, and that you know, using craft to help you with your symptoms and your daily life, because it does make a difference, and it makes a difference to me to know that there are people out there in the same position as me, even though I wouldn't wish it on anyone, to know that, you know, we're all struggling together. I don't know, it's comforting in some way. So right, so I was just doing a simple running stitch all the way around, and that's to hold it on, and I think it works really well, although you can't really see much of the green. I thought it would stand out more, but that's okay, because it was more functional than decorative. Don't know what's happened there. Alright, so cut that off. And now, oh, like that, sweet. Now, do I want anything else on top? Should I put a little bit of this on? Let's have a look, what else do I have? So I've got this piece. It doesn't, I'm just wondering whether to cut it down and have a little bit of it on the top. I'm going to cut it. Oh, I didn't cut that very well. God. That was really bad cutting. It's just, I like having them. I don't, you know, two's not enough. You need 3 pieces really, just to, somehow that just works with 3. So I think that's really sweet. So I'm actually gonna stitch that on as well. And there we go, we've done some of the slow stitching. Green or red? I'll just see what the green looks like. I mean, I could stick this on, but I think just green. There's a lot of red in the actual fabrics, so I think green is quite nice. Alright, and I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm just going to go around. It's getting tougher to get into the fabric. Don't want to do such big clunky stitches, but I think I don't have much of a choice. I love flaps. I like flaps and pockets and things, as we all do in the junk journal world, but I don't think I can leave that as a flap. I don't think it's the right thing to do. you know, I would normally make a flap and then put a flower underneath it. It's like my my go-to little. I'm just wondering if that's the right length or whether to cut some off. Quite like the length. I'm just going to straighten that a little bit. What I should have done actually was fray it around the edge, so I'm just going to try and fray it a little bit, although I've stitched it now, so I think it'll look nice frayed. I should have done this, sorry. How not to, I keep doing videos of how not to do things, but I hope you stick with me. Yeah, I'm into my sewing at the moment, as you can probably tell. It wasn't planned, I just, you know, I just really enjoy it, and I find it quite therapeutic, if I'm honest. That's where I'm at. But I do have plans for new journals and lots of, I'm planning on quite a few things that involve layers. So layering and very informal style. This is what I'm interested in this for the winter, to occupy me and create something not necessarily for other people to buy, although, you know, they may well end up for sale, I don't know, but more just sort of maybe a couple of personal ones for me, to put my own ephemera in that. And when I say my own ephemera, I mean my personal ephemera that I have collected over the years. You know, maybe I need to. I was thinking about this the other day. I watched a video. I can't remember the name of the lady who did the. I think she's Swedish. Or she might be from Norway. I can't remember. I will look her up though. But she did this video where she talks about how you plan. Oh, it's such a morbid. Well, it shouldn't be morbid, but it is morbid to a lot of people. But anyway, how you plan. You get rid of your clutter, which is a joke really when you think we're junk journalists, because we're never going to get rid of our clutter. It's gold to us. But anyway, yes, so you get rid of your clutter, and in readiness for your own demise, so that you don't pass that burden on to your kids. Now, you know, we're talking years, but we're not talking thinking about immediately passing, but it's just an idea, and I can't remember the name of it. It's death planning or death something or other, and I thought it was an interesting concept, and I remembered saying to my children, you know, I wanted to just kind of cast off here. I remember saying to my children I wanted to declutter my personal things, because for that very reason, so that I wasn't burdening them with a load of stuff. But if I put it in books, for example journals, then it would be so much easier for them to cope with. Right, so I thought to myself, you know, I've hopefully got a long way to go yet. I'm not expecting to pop my clogs at any point soon, but yeah, I just want to neaten this up a little bit, and I really like it. I think it's simple and folksy and not really, but it's pretty, isn't it? I think it's pretty. Okay, so I could add that to. I did some embroidery on napkins, and I could add one of those to a napkin, couldn't I? And, you know, like just wrap it round, or I could add it to a gift. So I'm going to leave that there for a minute, and then I'll make a start on another one, because at least if I do 3, I will have achieved something. Let's do this one now. I'm going to cut it a little bit. So yeah, sorry to be, you know, if you think that's morbid, and I understand why, but it's not meant to be. It's meant to be a positive thing, planning for not just downside. Older people do tend to downsize, don't they? At some point in their lives, and that's a really useful thing to do if if you're not managing your your environment like in the way that you used to, and you've got a large property or whatever, garden, things like that. People have been doing that for a long time. Right, stitch round in red. I'm going to do that. Where's my needle? Where's my needle gone? Oh, there. Couldn't see it. I'm not sure that's long enough. Right, this is Burlap cotton. Cotton thread. So you could add a little bit of lace to these things, One of the things that I don't particularly like about Christmas is the throwaway stuff. Like the paper that we use just gets from wrapping presents just gets thrown in the bin and things like that. So there are two things that I do. I buy recycled paper or brown packaging paper, and I use tissue. Now tissue, one of the reasons I like tissue to wrap is because it's pretty, but also because you can, once, what I do is somebody unwraps their gift from me, and then I immediately go and get the tissue paper, and then I use it in my projects. You will have seen lots of projects that I've used my tissue paper, and I might have even shown you my collection, because I've got a bit large collection of tissue. And that's because as soon as somebody unwraps a gift and the tissue goes on the floor, I go and collect it. All papers, to be honest, apart from those shiny Christmas papers. So if somebody's I bought some really pretty brown paper that has, I don't know, it's got a print on it, but it's still recyclable, because a lot of these shiny ones are just not recyclable. So anyway, I bought this nice one, and yeah, I mean, it will make a lovely background for Christmas next year. So for winter, in fact, it doesn't have to be Christmas themed, it can be winter themed. That's the other thing actually about making, so that my plans for making this year is I will be making some winter journals, and they will be sort of, I'm planning on sort of blues and cold colours. Cold, but I think soft and pretty, and so yes, that's what I'm planning. So I'm going through all my stash, and I've been looking at what I've got, and looking at, I bought a kit that I wanted to add to it to complement what I have. So, and I will be nature themed as well. And I'm thinking I'll probably do, so you see, I'm telling you my plans for New Year, because it's the thing I get most excited about Christmas and the New Year is for next year, the plans for next year. It's the only way that I can cope with winter, because I find winter really hard, and to plan and to have plans, and to to make plans and start to implement them is a really good thing for me. Keeps me focused and my brain working. So yeah, that's what I'm planning. So yeah, cold but soft, but icy colours, I suppose. Pale blues and maybe greens, and silvers and white, and even maybe gold. Yeah, I wonder what you're planning. I wonder if you've got any nice ideas forming. Haven't been too inspired lately on YouTube, I must admit. I think people are winding down for Christmas and the holidays, and so there are there's been a few nice videos, but yeah, you know, I need to do a search to see what's going on out there, you know, what people are doing. Right, I'll just move these scrappy bits of... See, I really don't like throwing that away, so I'm going to keep it. Right, let's have a look. There we go. That's a nice size, smaller than that one, but it's nice size. And I think for this one, I'm going to put a really bright background on. Got some green there, that's nice as well. But anyway, I'm distracted. So I think I'm going to use this. Might do it, actually this could be the top, thinking about it, because it's very bright. So maybe I should do something. And I did see a nice piece of satiny fabric. Where has it gone? Like a... oh, I can't find it. I've just got a clump of fabrics on my desk, and no, where's it gone? I must have not... oh, there it is, there it is, there it is. Right, so yeah, it's quite... should that go on top of that? Wow, that's rich. Or should that go on top of that? Yeah. Right, so this is going to go on, and I'm not going to do it as wide, as long. I'm just going to do it so it doesn't have such a massive impact. Let's see. Oh, right. I'm going to take this edge off because I don't want those. Yeah, that's right. That's what I want. That's what I'm after. So, love it. I actually love it. Right, I've got this red. I might use this red thread because it's already threaded up and it'll be just quick to go around. I could use white. White would look nice, but I'm going to use red. Actually, shall I use white? Yeah, I'm going to use white. I want it to be what I want it to be. I've got some white colour here. Yeah, I think white will make it stand out really nicely. I mean, I could just leave it, you know. I will say this, I really struggled thinking what to do in terms of videos, because I need to get back into the swing of things. What I might do is, because this is moving around, I'm going to just add a little bit of glue on the back of this and it might hold it in place. It would, like I said, but stitching, gluing to burlap can be tricky. I mean, a hot glue gun would work, but I don't want to get that out. I rarely use my hot glue gun. Right, there we go. So, I mean, apart from, I think, you know, this is one year that I feel I've been more, is that? No. Yes, it is. I feel like I've been more organised than usual. No, it isn't. That's it. That must be just thread. This is it. It's nice, thick. white. Right, there we go. Let's get started. So I'm just doing these simple running stitch because it's quick and it's easy and it's not going to hold up the video any longer than necessary. I can get round faster. I'm just wondering if any of you are doing the slow stitch projects with Catherine on I forget. She inspired the pouch, and so if you the pouch that I did a few videos back. So if you if I can't remember the name, K3N, yeah, I think it might be K3N. Her video channel. She's an excellent teacher. She teaches very well. And she's got this project lined up for 2024, which is amazing. When you think it's free, because I mean, I understand that people need to earn a living, but there's an awful lot of it's a bit like Rachel, Roxy Creations, and Sarah at Roxy Creation. They do these, they plan all these things for free, and it gets viewers to their channel, and so that's the payoff, I guess, and satisfaction of seeing all the work that everybody else is doing and your own work. So it is great, but there are so many companies that set themselves up as companies that do these hugely expensive tutorials, hugely online, and you do get some really nice results. I'm not knocking them, but it's just not everybody can afford them, so it's really good to have people like Catherine and Rachel Roxy and Sarah Roxy Creations and all the rest, like Defemerember is just amazing. I love that. By Barbara at 49 Dragonflies and Louisa Heinzel. They're amazing. They do some really great projects, and they often give away things for free, as part of their Defemerember, and you can buy their kit really cheaply if you want to follow along and use some of their ideas with using their kits. So it works for everybody, It's a great motivator. Defemerember, for those who don't know. And if you go on to 49 Dragonflies, you can't miss it. They start at the beginning of December and they go right through. Do they finish on the 30th? I can't remember. 31st? I don't know. Can't remember. But anyway, they do some amazing projects. They're such good fun as well. The Louisa and Barbara are really fun. They put a lovely fun. I just love Barbara, the way she laughs all the time, giggles. She's got a lovely giggle. Right, let's have a look, see if there's anything that goes. What did I say? This. Shall I put a little bit on? Would it be too much? Shall I? Yeah, I'm going to put it. Well, I'm going to cut a piece off and then we'll see what it looks like. That's what we'll do. The only thing is, it's going to require a different thread. I don't think it works because it's not rustic. So again, that's not right. I think I've got some nice green. Would that work? No, I think I've got some nice green. I'm going to just where's my fabrics? See if I've got a nice little patch of green. Okay. Sorry for the rustling. Oh, I've just pricked myself. The needle in here. See, that's what I'm talking about. I'm terrible for losing finding needles in my Somebody's not happy. Don't know if you heard that. That's quite nice. Except it's cream and not white. I'm looking at the green stuff I'll just have little snippets of it. No, but I'll keep that out. Ooh, that might work. That wasn't what I was looking for, that might work. It's got paper on the back, that's the only thing. And trying to stitch this on can be a bit, oh I know. Right. Cut that off. I'm just cutting down the edge of the paper because trying to stitch through the paper, my hands are really sore from sewing and lots of different things that I've been doing. And so I don't really want to be stitching through. I actually don't think that goes. No, I don't think it does. Oh, that's a shame. Might have to leave this one. Right, I'll make a start on the other one and I'll see what, I want to do something with it. I'm not, oh hang on, I said this, didn't I? Except it's cream, but I quite like that. I'll cut a little bit off and we'll see. I'm just going to go cut right to the top and then I'll cut a piece off. Yeah, I like that, except I'll make it smaller. Try and follow the line. I'm going to go down this side. Yes, I like that. I actually think lace would work well on this, but I'm going to, now, I'll stick with the white thread, I think. Sorry, I don't know if I was out of camera. Right, I'm going to put a bit of glue on here again. Just a little bit. Just to hold it in place. It will fray, so I'm not, I won't bother pulling a load out, a bit of thread out at the moment because it'll fray when I've stitched it as well. Just to where I've stitched. There we go, that's better. Oh, sorry. I'm going to pop I think I could, oh, sorry. I could use red, but I think it'll look too garish. Got a lot to do, Don't be thinking about it. Have got things to do. But I really wanted to get on and say hello and get on here, I mean, and say hello and wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, whichever applies to you. I may manage to get on before New Year as well, because I'm usually very quiet at New Year. I don't usually do a lot. I was planning on maybe going away, but I don't think that's going to happen now, but that's okay. I'm not a New Year person. I'm doing tiny stitches because I didn't want the big white thread to show because it's thick and it's showing on this bit here. So I'm just doing smaller stitches. You could even add a tiny bit of, make a fourth layer and add a tiny bit of lace, and I think it would look quite nice. But I'm going to, you know what I might do? I might add a little bell on these, on the end, the bottom of them or something like that. But if the video gets too long, then obviously, which it probably already is. Oh, just check. It's not yet. It's still going. I should have checked that earlier because it could have been. I think my phone isn't charging very well. might be time for a new phone, and the worst thing I can think of buying is a phone, but it's a tool now, isn't it? For videos. I mean, it's obviously the way I keep in touch with my family and order things and do things, which is great, so I'm not knocking it, but I don't like spending money on phones. It's a bit of a sloppy stitch, this. It's not particularly well done, but it doesn't matter because it's rustic and I quite like sloppy stitches, or wonky stitch, not sloppy, wonky. I'm trying to go a little bit faster than I would normally because I'm very conscious that, you know, I make long videos and I don't do it intentionally. I'm just very slow at things. And I don't know if it bothers people. Let me know. I mean, I did, if you remember right at the very beginning, I made a long video and my videos were reasonably quite long, and I had a bit of a nasty comment, and I didn't like it, so I didn't need to do. So it wasn't sort of. Originally I was saying to people, oh, you know, give me feedback. I'd appreciate it, but I didn't want people really to give me feedback in a bad way. And yeah, this woman commented and it wasn't very nice. So I think you get that in the world of videos. But luckily, my followers have all been, subscribers have all been lovely. And I've made some really lovely connections with people. So I'm very grateful. Right, there we go. I'll move these out of the way so you can see. Love them too. Very pretty, those. Right. One more. Have I got time for one more? Let's see. Been on a long time. I'll try and cut the video down a little bit just so that I can do one more with you guys. Just make sure my needle tucked in there. Found this. I really like this colour. I quite fancy doing a green one, but I may end up using some wool. Oh yes, I love that. I felt very lucky when I got these given. Lady gave me them. I went to stay in a, oh you see this is red and green. This one. It's going to be this one. Yep. So I'm going to cut this out here. Yeah, I went to stay, I don't know if I've ever mentioned to you guys before, but I was making up to, let's say COVID, I was making what are known as bee skeps, and they are traditional beehives, the conical sort of, well, sometimes they're conical shaped beehive made of straw. So I used to make those. When I say used to, I mean I haven't made one for, well, 4 or 5 years now, and it hurts my hands and my back. I'd love to start again and do some more, but anyway, so I made these lovely skeps, and why was I talking about that? I've lost my train of thought now. Oh yes, so I used to do, it's not too dark and a bit dingy. Let me just take some of this off. I feel it was too big. I like the smaller size. Right, this means that I'm going to be taking some off there as well. Yeah, just a little bit off the edge. So I used to teach as well, and I would do workshops for various different projects, you know, art and crafting, and I used to because there are not many of skep makers in the country, and I was part of the heritage Craft Heritage Association. You know, I was involved. I was a member of there, and they had me down. There's only about 5, 6 of us, I think, as a skep maker, because it's on the red list. So anyway, I used to make these, and I would do workshops. This is a long story, and then what colour shall I use? Don't think white is appropriate for this. Cream. Cream or beige? So anyway, I used to look for partnerships, and there was a place that I wanted to stay. I've been wanting to stay there for a long time, but it was a bit expensive for me to pay. You know, it's like a beautiful little cabin in a lovely part of the country, and I wanted to stay there, and so I would sometimes make deals with places that if I could stay there, I would do a workshop, and the workshop would pay for the time I spent there. You know, they would obviously get more people interested in their. Oh, I haven't done this very well at all, I'm sorry. They would get more people interested in their, you know, it would attract more people to their business. So it was a really good partnership. So off I went. We arranged for it, and they were kind enough to do. I'm wondering whether to do overstitch on this. So they did some of the advertising, I did some advertising, and we got a really nice group together to want to come and do the workshop, and it worked really, really well, and I stayed in this gorgeous little cabin. And there was a mother and a daughter living there in separate little houses, and the mother did, I think she was a design, she designed rooms, you know, what's that called? I forget what it's called now, where you design rooms. Fabric and things like that. God, my brain. And she had all these old fabrics sort of sitting. She didn't do it anymore, and at least I don't think she did. And she had all these fabrics, and they were sitting in a room, in a sort of a space. And she asked me if I wanted. Well, she gave me some really nice little bits, and this is one of, you know, these wool samples of some of the things she gave me. So, oh, I've just realised I didn't stitch around it. That's why it was looking a bit odd. Okay, not to worry, I will stitch around it. But I haven't left myself any room there, so. Yeah, I made a really nice connection there. Right. That was a long-winded story. I'll show you a skep, as you know, in the future. But as I say, I mean, I am registered with the Heritage Crafts Association, but I haven't made any for a while, so I don't know if I'm still on there. But I think there's about 4 or 5 of us in the country. I quite like that. Right, I do feel like it needed to be stitched around, and I don't know if I can do it. Let me just, actually I might not stitch around it. I'll just do that, and then that takes it up to, and then yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay, right, let's do that then. And then what should I put on? Should I put a little bit of lace as a contrast on? Because it would be a real contrast to something like that. Let me see what laces I've got handy. Oh, nice. Oh, isn't that nice? Oh, I like that. I do like that. Yes. Yes, I like that a lot. What do you think? There, that was the green fabric I was looking for. Oh, look! Do you remember when I did them? Love them. Quite like that as well, actually. No. I'm just double checking. No, I do like that. But it's a bit boring, so we're going to go with the lace. Something is telling me it's not right though. What is it? Is it too long? Do you just want a little bit of lace? I hate wasting lace. I hate it. So, yeah, that was it. So it was just too long, and I wanted to see the background more. So I'm gonna add that right now. Where are my needles? Put it over in the needle. Aren't I terrible? There it is. Right, I'm going to stick with what I've got on here. If I can eke it out, it should be able to. And I will just quickly go around. Now, some people might say it's not very Christmassy and not very bright and cheerful, but I'm more I either swing between sophisticated and rustic, but that's it, I suppose. Those are my two. And grungy. I love grunge. And those are the styles that I like most. Hopefully my journals and work reflects that, because I love those sorts of styles. Yeah, I'll talk about skeps in more detail at some point, because they're a very important part of our heritage, but they're also still very important for natural beekeeping. And I don't know if any of you are beekeepers, but you know, beekeeping over the years has suffered greatly from pesticide use and all sorts of different problems, and pests and disease. And you know, bees, as you know, bees are so incredibly important. So bee skeps represent, to some, not to everybody, the controversial subject in beekeeping world. To some, to others not. If I'm going to be able to cast off here. Yes, yay, did it. So, still feel there's something missing there. Let me see. Oh, that little bit of lace that I had. Where's it gone? Put that on top. Could I? No, I don't think it adds anything. I've got some white here. White I think might work better. No. I wonder if a button. I think a button, you know. Right, because this has gone on too long, I don't know if I can. I want a button there. I'm going to see. Where are my buttons? Pearly button. These are mother of pearl, and I think all of them deserve a pretty button. Or I might put a bell on that one. Yeah. Well, I'm going to put a button on this one, and then I'm going to leave it, and I will show you what I did with the rest of it. Otherwise we'll be here all day, and I don't want that for you guys. So I don't want to bore you. It's the last thing I want to do. Like that. Love it, love it, love it. Right, now what I need to do is back them. If I'm going to use them as tags to write on, I would back them. If I'm not, and I'm just going to use them as decoration and tie them to something, then they stay as they are. So I hope you like that. And I want to say thank you so much for all of your support this past year, and to welcome new people just joined recently, because I have had a lot of people join, which is amazing, and I'm very grateful for that. So I just wanted to say thank you, and to wish you all a happy holiday, a very Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year. I may see you in the New Year before the year ends, but if I don't, have a wonderful time, and yeah, don't be alone if you can avoid it. You know, reach out to people. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. Right. So, yeah. You take care, everybody, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye for now.